full name is Faith Elizabeth Walker Mickens, but I've shortened that and just go by Liza. And I am, I think, the most proud of carrying the Walker name on, and I feel such an honor to be related to this remarkable woman. And I feel my job is to be a continuation of the work that she began. And through that, Richmond was always at the forefront of the work that she was doing. And in terms of her spearheading true gender equality at a time that, suffrage was thought of as a white woman's cause, really leads the way for us to continue to make gender equality fully intersectional. In 2018, I began working with Virginia on their ratification of the Equal Rights Amendment and ensuring that our state was the final state needed for ratification. And I felt really connected to Maggie Walker's political work. She was the first African-American woman to run for statewide office in Virginia as the superintendent of education on the Lilly Black ticket. And just 1 year after women got the right to vote, she made that incredibly historic accomplishment. So in this 100-year anniversary of women getting that right to vote, I still feel really called to continue to push the conversation around gender equality and make sure that it is fully intersectional to be all-inclusive of non-binary people as well as African Americans and other minorities. And I feel like with the work that Maggie did, she always recognized that while her race was struggling, it was Black women that were doubly repressed, especially during Reconstruction. And that's still something that rings true today in terms of pay gap, in terms of healthcare. There are still a lot of issues that Maggie brought up that need to be addressed today. I didn't plan to be in Richmond during 2020, and coming back to the city has given me a new appreciation for the work that Maggie began, but also just the city as it is. And I think that Richmond has really embraced her story and her legacy because you see the reminders of the work that she did in that community. There was a reason that she wasn't placed on Monument Avenue. There was a reason that she's placed at Broad Street, and specifically at Broad Street where it becomes, where it turns into Chamberlain Avenue. So it really is the gateway to Jackson Ward, but it's the gateway to our past. It's the gateway to the history of Richmond. And it's beautiful to see Maggie standing there watching over her city. When everything happened this summer in regards to the protests surrounding police brutality, it was really reassuring to know that Maggie was looking over her city and remained untouched on Broad Street. In fact, she was adorned with flowers, and a lot of different people came to that space to gather, to celebrate being Black in the city of Richmond. It's really, really powerful to know that she continues to leave her mark in the city. And I think places like Evergreen and Enrichmond and these historic Black cemeteries are so important because it allows Black families specifically a chance to reconnect with their ancestors and a chance to come back and trace their stories. And through that, we need to remember the true history of this nation. We need to truly tap into the truth of the stories that are held here. And I think the protection of cemeteries is so important as historical landmarks. And I am so thankful for historically Black cemeteries to be able to allow this incredible woman a final resting place and preserve these spaces. Growing up, I've always been aware of Evergreen Cemetery and Enrichmond, and to some extent, the struggle that they've had in maintaining the land. But for my family, especially my grandmother growing up, this was really a space that they came after church on Sunday. A lot of family activities and picnics were out here, which is why Maggie elected to have this as her final resting site. And throughout our lives, it's been really a sacred spot to connect back with our ancestors. And first and foremost, we need to see this area protected. Hard to see your relative's gravestone disturbed, but it's equally hard knowing that somebody came here and intruded her place of rest with hate in their heart.